Hello and welcome back. Today I have a digital microscope and it is from Andonstar. It was sold to me directly by them, but it is available in AliExpress in their store or even at Teleshop I saw. And it's full HD and it should do about a magnification of 200. And yeah, let's try what it is. I already have one. It was the DM9 from another brand. That one did 1200 times, but usually that was way too much and I just needed to pull it very high to not magnify too much that I have no idea what I'm looking at. So let's see what this 200 times does. Well, good to know it is properly shipped. It came in bubble wraps with the plastic bag on top, so no damages at all, so the shipping is sufficient. It has a manual, Chinese and English, which is good. And well, we probably need to put it together a little bit. Charger for Europe in my case. It has a remote control, interesting. And well, this is the screen. This 7 inches I think. And the lens is a quarter. What else we have? It has a base, and the base even has those spotlights. That is interesting. So we can put that on the object, because a different angle on the object sometimes displays, especially on electronic components. If you have a different angle, you can see better the letters on the chip, for instance. More wires. And we somehow need to put this together, I think. It seems this fits here on the back. So we have some parts. So we have the screen. It looks nice. It is kind of thick. There is a USB port, but I think it was only to power. You can put an SD card, a maximum of 32, which is quite normal for these type of microscopes. Looks okay. This one has on off. You can record video, you can make pictures. So let's see. It comes with the screws that you need to put the feet. And it even has the tool with it, which is nice. So I don't need to look for the tool. And even it comes with clips if you somehow like to fix your object. I don't think I will be using that. But if you want to put a photo, you can store it. Or maybe you can fix an insect. That I don't know. Let's see, these are probably from here. Okay, we can fix that, I like the remote. It even says that you can rotate the picture, which is interesting. I haven't seen that on my other microscope. And here is the cable for the power. Well, I will put the time lapse and put it together. Okay, well, we have the screen here that just goes in here. We can fix that with the screws. So we just turn that and it can even tilt. But first let's fix this thing. Okay, we have the focus here. We can put it on the object and even the screen can be tilted without moving the lens. That is also good. I see it is moving a little bit, so I didn't do it correct here. It needs to be, yes, that is better. Because of course it should not be moving. Let me get it exactly right. So now it tilts, and this tilts also, and we can move it up, and we can move it down. Okay, connect the cables. It seems to have some sort of a remote control. And we have the buttons. One goes here, DC plug. Probably one goes in the top end. It is not USB-C, it is this. Yeah, what is it? Micro. Not a big fan because you can break it easily, but because they have this big plastic around it, you cannot do it the wrong way around. So, okay. And then here is USB. That probably goes in the adapter, but I will just connect it directly in my plug here. Okay. It's already switched on. What can we do with this? On, off, okay. And welcome. And we can do more light or less light. Okay, interesting. We can focus. Yeah, it's in focus. The remote control. It did not come with batteries, but it needs two AAA's. What does this do? Also the light up and down. Oh, that's more like exposure, I think. Okay, digital zoom. Cool, let's see the screen. So this is it on the table. On-off switch for the lights, the remote for all the screen options. This is what it looks like from the side. You can tilt the display without changing the lens, and you can tilt the whole base both ways. The cables in the back, USB for power on the top, power here, and the other goes just to the USB. Very basic stuff. So let's switch it on the remote. Then I will zoom into the screen, and well, I have here very little. It's a band pass filter, and well, let's put it in the screen. We need to focus it a little bit by turning the ring. Oh, that's not bad at all. Okay, that looks quite good. I like that it magnifies 200 and not 1200, because you can actually have a bigger view. So for electronics, probably this 200 is a lot better. We could change a little bit the lights. Let's see what that does. I think it was not that bad when I started, because now we have a lot of reflection. Okay. Good. What can we do with the remote? Here we have the remote. We can do here zoom up and down, light up and down, but this is not the light, the physical light, but more the exposure. But we can change the exposure. But let's put that back to 0. And we have the digital zoom. And what else we have? Sharpness we can change, but that's all electronically. We have a light, but it's more the backlight. We have another button here That is the backlight. We can put even negative. Okay, could be useful. And I have here another button, black and white, or color. And another cool feature here in the bottom, a rotation. This can be, of course I can rotate now the object. Maybe the rotation doesn't make sense because of course you can rotate the object, but what if you have a very big PCB and you want a chip on the side but it is on the wrong side? Then it is great if you just can digital rotate. I'm not sure Andonstar likes it, but I also want to put my DM9, which is 1200 magnification, and the problem with this one always was that it zoomed in a lot. And I needed to do all kinds of tricks to look at the object, because if I completely zoom out, it is this close, which is probably nice for certain things, but for electronics, this is just too close by. So in that sense, I really like that they did not do that, and they just have only 200. And now I just have a proper look, and with the digital zoom, I can do it anyway. Oh, different one. I can zoom in, but the good thing is I can zoom out. But if you want to go close by, you can, because then you just turn and then we get closer, closer, closer. Be careful we don't hit the object. Then we focus. The other way. We are now looking at the SMD resistor, or no, probably coil, because I can see the wires even. Wow, look at that. Can we adjust the light a little bit more? Yes, we can. Oh, wow. So it does go very far. And maybe if we can do a digital zoom. Well, it's a band pass filter, so it's probably a coil. And wow, we are zoomed in a lot. And then we have still digital zoom. Look at this. We can really look inside it. Let me make a picture. I also have a bigger board here, and let's see if we can read the chips on it. And well, okay. Well, it's immediately focused already. We can add a light, and you can see it changed that. If you change the angle, it can really help you read what is on there. We can digitally zoom. Focus. I also noticed now that they didn't do a real good job soldering, or at least cleaning after the soldering. You see everything with the microscope. I have a good example because how easy it is with the lights, because I am focused, but I still can't read the letters. But if I now change the angle, look at this. Now super sharp, and with the remote we can zoom in, digital zoom. Look at that, a little bit more zoom. Oh. Look at that. Okay, I'm already a little bit of a fan, because the 200 magnification is great for electronics, because you can clearly see and still have an overview of your PCB. And because the 1200 was great if you want to look at the hair, but yeah, for the electronics, if you only see a quarter of the chip and then you need to move to read it, then it makes no sense. So I like what Andonstar did. I have a few memory cards. I have 32 gigs and 8, I think, or 16. You can add a maximum of 32, which is normal. My other microscope is the same. So I will just put a 32, and it's those super small ones. Usually you buy them with an adapter, but you can just put a small one in there, and you probably should just format it inside the microscope just to be sure that it has the same, I don't know, does it format in sectors as well, just like a drive? Anyway, it seems better to me, probably for video recording, if everything lines up. That is probably the best. Okay, a few buttons on the front. You have the on-off button, this is the M. I think it is mode. But long push, here up button, down button works as a zoom. I have an OK button to select. That is now the record button, it seems. And I have here a snapshot button. Bloop, that probably makes pictures. So let's put long on the mode. Then we come into the menu. You can set different resolutions. Of course, I set the highest. Then we can do arrow down. Loop recording, we can do the exposure. We could do the same with the remote control. We can choose to record audio. So that would mean there is a microphone somewhere. Not sure. And the date. We can switch on and off in the bottom. Mode button again. We have a second menu. The date is already set. Languages, a lot of them. Frequency is probably for filming, for interference with the light sources. Well, we have 50 Hertz here, so I will put it there. We have the format button. Let's format my card. Are you sure? Yes. Okay. Okay, it's probably formatted. Default settings, no, leave it as it is, and the version number. Okay, well, let's see if we record. That was the OK button, I think. Yeah, it is here recording something. I can move it around. And we can play that back later. Push the OK button again to stop. And if we go to mode, this is now an AVI. So how do we play it? I need to push OK. Yeah, it's playing. I want to play a little bit more with those filters. And what if we can really see something happen if we change the colors? Can we then read better the chips or not? Well, you do see the dirt better on the, because the PCB is not that clean. And now you can actually see that. The chips you can read also with this filter. And we can zoom in a bit more. Yeah, look at that. I like those tricks, yeah, but now it's also easy to read. But the dirt on the PCB was better visible. Because now you see, oh yeah, there is indeed some flux there. But here you could really see it. It is all interesting. Now what about the black and white? This is a bit long, the blue screen. The information could, I would not mind if it would go faster, because you're really waiting for it. I like it. Okay, I like what I did. I think it especially made for electronics. I mentioned before the 200 zoom is perfect because you can read perfectly all the chips. You see what is around. Well, if you have 1200, which is great for hairs, yeah, but for a chip it is too close by almost, and you have no clue where you are on the board because it is just too close by. And I think with this, that is great. And also the color filters, you have the negative, you have the black and white, which is nice. And I'm not sure I will use the recording function, but it is possible. But the good thing is you don't need to add a memory card. You can just use it as it is without. I did that in the first parts of the video. And you can just grab it. It's small, just like the other one. Put it on your desk, quickly look. When you're done, switch it off, put it away. Perfect little tool. So that was a very quick hands-on on the Andonstar AD206. And I think for electronics, the amplification of the magnification of up to 200 is perfect for electronics. And because you can zoom in just enough, and if you zoom out, you have a great view of what is around it on the board. Because with my DM9, which is also great, but it has 1200, and sometimes that it is just too much, and you cannot zoom out enough, and then you need a longer leg. And I think what I did there is perfect for electronics. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you next time.